Hey y'all, in my previous video I showed you all my first prototype of the Flygone PCB. The Flygone60 is a 60% PCB that I designed, and since getting it in, I wanted to build it and try it in some 60% cases to see if it was compatible with most 60% cases. So unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of options to get, shipped to me within a quick time frame. So I just ordered 2 cheap plastic cases that I found on Amazon, and I also happen to already own a 60% case that I previously built a keyboard in, and I'm going to use that as well. I think testing it in 2 cases should be fine as long as the alignment works in a pretty budget plastic case and medium tier alu case. I think it'll be just fine. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and forward with, because I really want to get this video out and I really don't want to wait weeks for a 60% case to come in from like KBD fans or something like that. So on to the builds themselves. As I said, I'm going to use these 2 cheap plastic cases for the build, but I wanted to paint them because I've seen videos like Tay Keyboards where he paints them and they always come out looking great. So for me, what I decided was I was going to go with a deep orange and a deep kind of darker green. I just really liked these colors when I was in the hardware store picking out spray paint, and I thought that they would look good with some of the keycap sets I have. The painting of the actual keyboards wasn't that hard. It just took quite a bit of priming and sanding. Specifically, I had a lot of difficulty with the green one. It just seemed like every time I sprayed on a layer, it wouldn't come out even or look as good as I wanted it to. So I had to do quite a bit of sanding and priming of it. But the orange one was pretty straightforward, and ultimately, it didn't take too long, just a couple days worth of painting and drying time. For the plate material, I decided that I would try something interesting. So if you've seen my video probably published right before this last one, I experimented with laser cutting, and specifically I was laser cutting some hardwood plates. So they are 3mm thick, so that's a little bit on the thick side for a plate. But I thought it would kind of add a nice, interesting acoustic to the boards. So for the orange build, I'm going to use a beechwood 3mm plate, and with the green build, I'm going to use a black walnut 3mm plate. I just think that those 2 materials, as a wood, look really good, and I thought that they would go pretty well with the overall scheme of each of the respective builds. All right, now let's talk about the switches. For the orange one, I kind of wanted to keep that theme, so I went with Novel Key Sherbert switches. This is really an interesting choice for me because I'm not really a big clicky switch fan, and these are a very clicky switch, but I just wanted to try something new in it, and I don't really intend on using this board. And for the green build, I decided that I was going to go with a tactile switch because I really enjoy tactile switches in general. So I figured that no matter what the switch is, I'll actually enjoy using this board on a day-to-day, unlike the clicky switches in the orange keyboard. With the cases painted, the plates cut, and the switches decided, I decided I was just gonna go ahead and put the builds together, and here they are. The paint on the cases came out really good. I don't have any footage of what the cases looked like before the paint, but trust me, they were just plain black plastic, and the coating wasn't exactly even on the outside. For the orange build, I decided to throw my PVT Vulcan keycap set on it because I thought that the beige kind of colorway just really looked good on the board. And then for the green build, I decided that I was going to go kind of green and black, and I used my GMK Wasabi set. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but you can slightly see the plate material through the gaps in the keys, and I think it's really cool because it adds a little bit to that aesthetic when you're looking at the keyboard face off. Now I know as you've been watching this video, you're probably asking the same question over and over. Well, how do these actually sound? Well, here's a sound test on them both. So while these builds might not sound the best, they are in plastic cases and they are using no sort of case foam. So with all things considered, I think they sound pretty good. So I don't actually have any footage of the build inside of the aluminum case that I have, but it sounded a lot better when compared to these plastic cases, and overall the feel was pretty good. So all in all, I was able to see that my new PCB design is not only fully functioning, but it also fits perfectly in the average 60% case. Building so many of these, I think I built a total of 4 of them for the prototype. And building so many of them has really helped me look at different things on the board that I could change, like some of the component placement on the board, or tidying up some of the silkscreen art, stuff like that. Well, that's it for this video. So if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you really like the channel, hit subscribe and consider watching more YouTube videos. I upload a video every week and I just talk more about coding stuff and things, and also obviously keyboards. So if you're interested in this or anything else, please do check me out. My links to my Instagram and Etsy pages and other stuff all down in the description down below, and links to previous videos I mentioned are also down below, so please go check those out. All right guys, see ya.